the inventor of utilitarianism, Jeremy Bentham, wanted to prove that redistribution of income was an important aspect of any good society. So he came up with a scientific sounding concept, the concept of marginal utility. So he said, okay, suppose you're thirsty, you drink a glass of water and you feel very happy. If you're still thirsty and you drink a second one, you'll be happier, but the additional utility that the second glass gives you is much less than the one that the first glass gave you. Diminishing marginal utility for him was a law of society. He said, okay, let's agree that the more we have of something that we like, the less the contribution to our well-being, to our utility. Which means that if you take a stinking rich person who's got lots of pounds and a very, very poor person who's got one or none, and you take £1 from the rich person and you give it to the poor person, average utility will rise. Why? Because the loss of utility to the rich person is tiny compared to the gain in utility of the poor person. So, if we agree that the good society is the one that allows the greatest happiness for the largest number of people, we need to redistribute income. Now, of course, that would never allow Bentham or somebody like Bentham to get a chair at the University of Cambridge, at the University of Durham, at the University of Glasgow, if he was peddling these views. Because back then you had to have a sponsor. Somebody had to pay for your chair. As if you would find a rich person to pay for a mathematical model that was concluding at the end of it, after the proof, that his money had to be taxed and given to the poor. But at the same time, this mathematical reasoning was crucial for getting economics into the universities. So what do? They introduce one assumption, that my utility cannot be compared to yours. Mine is personal, strictly private, so is yours. So suddenly, we can no longer say we need to redistribute income. So you see how, once it enters the universities, an axiom is introduced to depoliticize it. And of course, nothing is more political than a depoliticized model of society, because it means that it becomes the greatest defender of the status quo.